And joining us now is Ambassador Alon Pincus, former Israeli Consul General in New York and former advisor to Prime Ministers Ehud Barak and Shimon Peres. Ambassador, thank you for being with us. What, if anything, can you tell us about the outlines of a possible hostage deal? As we say, the president said he was mildly hopeful last night.
Well, the president's point man on this, Andrea, is apparently director of the CIA, Bill Burns. And so the president is apprised to the very last detail. But as Karen very precisely, very accurately described, this is not a negotiating table. It's as she said, and I'm paraphrasing, the Hamas is talking to the Qataris, who are then talking to the Americans, who are then talking to the Israelis, who then divulge some information to the Egyptians, who go back to the Americans, and so on and so forth. So what I do know is essentially based on the, sort of synthesizing all the reports. We're looking at a partial deal, not a general all for all Israeli hostages and prisoners in exchange for all Palestinians, Hamas members held in jails in Israel. That was an idea that was entertained a few weeks ago. That's not on the table. So we're looking at 50, 60, maybe up to 100 people. That would include people with dual citizenships, several dozens rather of foreign workers. By the way, Andrea, there were many Thai agriculture laborers who were working in those kibbutzim, in those towns that were ransacked and carnaged by Hamas, and they were taken hostages. Women and children. I don't know if all, and Karen was absolutely right, it probably does not include IDF soldiers, whether male or female. In exchange for that, Hamas is asking for a 5-day ceasefire, to which Israel reportedly has not agreed. Israel is saying 3 days maximum, and even the 3 days are meeting some opposition in the IDF, which thinks Israel should not agree to such a lengthy ceasefire.
And at this stage, women and children from Israel, Palestinian women and children, would be released in exchange. And presumably this would be an escort through the International Red Cross, which is the way it has happened in the past, through the north.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Andrea. Either through the International Red Cross or through a collaboration between the International Red Cross and the Egyptians, who control the southern tip, or the southern border, if you will, of the Gaza enclave, of the Gaza Strip, with Egypt. Probably, as you hinted to, it's going to be a 1-to-1. So if there are 80, just an arbitrary number, if there are 80 Israelis being released, there will be 80 Palestinians being released. I think that the big question now is not the number of people, although that's obviously the most important and troubling thing, but the length of the ceasefire.
Ambassador, it's all, fascinating and hopeful, although it will be a huge disappointment, of course, to the remaining hostage families who are still grieving and don't even know. I mean, one thing I just want to add quickly is, we're still waiting for Hamas and maybe it's Islamic Jihad as well and other groups to comply with international law under Geneva Conventions, that the Red Cross get information immediately to the hostages, get food to them, get information to their families, because these families don't know whether they're alive or dead.
That's right. Nor their medical condition. I would not place any hopes on Hamas abiding by international law or the Geneva Convention.